Good to have you on Business Glide. We continue unpacking conversations in the world of politics, policy, and governance. But on Business Glide, we normally take a deeper dive on economic matters. Prof is here with me. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You fantastic?
Wonderful.
All right. The other day you told me an ambassador is not a job of men of your league, men with bigger thinking. All thanks to what you've said is successive failures from people who've served as our ambassadors, most of them, majority of them. And I'm roping in this context because we are decrying our boys getting into slavery under the guise of Kazi Maju. And it begs one question. I thought our ambassadors should be the guardians at the gate, that any transaction they do for the best interest of Kenya. So if you're talking about Kenyan boys fighting for Russia and dying in the line of duty, or our girls in Saudi Arabia coming back in coffins, where are our ambassadors? That's my question, Prof. What's your reservations regarding that?
We don't have ambassadors. What we have are people who have been given jobs. Cronies, political failures in the normal reward system, where you helped me get elected as a president, and then I'm giving you a job. Where you ran for office, and the people rejected you. But I'm the president, and I know you. You helped me. You are in my party. You are in my tribe. You are in my village. You are all those primitive things. So I make you an ambassador as a reward. It's not I want you to work. The countries with serious ambassadors or missions abroad have a very clear brief for anybody who becomes an ambassador. The brief is very clear.
The brief is very clear.
In that country, these are our strategic interests. These are our strategic interests. Your work is to enhance, to promote, to advance those strategic interests. What is America's interest in Kenya? When you are made an ambassador to Kenya, you must be aware of those strategic interests, and your work is to promote those strategic interests. Number one. Number two, for all ambassadors across the world, if you're an American ambassador, you must promote business for American companies.
America first?
Yes. If you are a British ambassador, there are other strategic geopolitical interests, but over and above that, you must ensure British businesses grow and continue to grow. And nothing stands in the way of the British interest. When you hear people like Manyora talking about abolishing of cash crops, you must move fast and ensure government doesn't listen to Manyora, because the British interest is in the tea in Kericho. Get it? You get it?
I get it.
That's the work of the High Commissioner, to ensure British interests in Kenya, geopolitical interests, are maintained, to ensure British business people are protected almost in a similar manner to the olden days of the Charter. The British East Africa Company, Imperial British East Africa, IBE, that kind of, it has not gone. It has only changed kidogo, but it is like a charter. So the ambassador is to ensure that charter is maintained. Our ambassadors don't do that. Our ambassadors just have a job. That's why they just turn into drunkards, most of them.
There's nothing they are doing. Such bad manners?
There's nothing they are doing. There's nothing they are doing. What do they do? There's absolutely nothing. And the countries ensure they are career diplomats, especially in strategic places. Career diplomats. Very few outsiders. And when they bring in an outsider, there's a reason why an outsider is allowed in, and they have sufficient brief. And they work. Because even when an ambassador from Canada is not a career ambassador, he has just been picked and made an ambassador of the US, for example, he's working with a strong team in the embassy.
Competent men and women around him.
People who have been there. And they have been rising through the ranks. They understand the world of diplomacy. Sisi hapa, working in a foreign embassy is an opportunity. Because if you are a messenger, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a messenger. If you are a clerk, and there's nothing wrong with being a clerk.
Sure.
If you are a driver, and there's nothing wrong with being a driver. If you are a junior officer, there's nothing wrong with being a junior officer. Those are jobs people must do.
Yeah.
People fight, those who work in foreign affairs, they fight to go on foreign tour. They are called duty, the tour of duty. To go to work in the embassies. 5 years. If you are lucky, 10 years. When you come back, you own a few houses in this city.
A mid-level employee at Foreign Affairs in Kenya?
Yes. So they are our friends. We live with them.
An opportunity to
I once lived in a house owned by a clerk who had been out for 10 years in the foreign service, in the embassies abroad. Everybody's fighting. Just like the police fight to join the traffic department.
Or go to Haiti.
So people of all ranks in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will go to any length to be posted outside the country. When they come back,
hata hapa Congo,
when they come back, wameng'aa, wako sawa, wamenua nyumba mbili, wamenua shamba, you see? So they are not going there to work. So we don't have embassies.
Does that then explain why, even when we've been trying to put our best diplomatic foot forward comes to Baba's AU bid, sometimes we have lost it? Not because we do not have capable people around the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but people see it as an opportunity to hijack their interest therein.
Yes.
From the delegation itself?
Yeah. Everything. Nobody takes anything serious. And even the ambassadors we had in these other African capitals, either they were ignored, or they didn't even know what they are doing. A good number of them didn't know what they are doing. They didn't know what it means to support Raila's bid. Because they're just there. Unamuka tu leo Manyora ambassador, Harare. And you don't even tell him what to go and do.
Or Congo.
Or Congo for that matter. Anaenda yeye ni kazi amepata. Sasa, the other countries, even poor countries in Africa, have either career diplomats rising to become ambassadors and high commissioners, or have sufficient brief when they go for their posting about what Kenya needs in Angola and how they can scout for opportunities in Angola. You see how the other countries do?
They understand the assignment.
They understand. And then the Angolan, Kenyan embassy in Angola is staffed by competent men and women. Now, when Raila is contesting for AU chairship, there is somebody competent who informs Nairobi, this is what people are saying here. This is what Kenya would need to do. So in that Department of Foreign Policy, and what our diplomatic missions do, we have scored a D minus.
It is not enough to have Pauline Njoroge or Gabriel Oguda bidding for your diplomatic interest.
No.
You need career ambassadors.
Who understand the intricacies, who know how the voting will take place. The Kenyan ambassador, the SADC ambassadors in the SADC region would have understood the intricacies, and they would have briefed Nairobi accordingly, that if you want Raila to win, between now and the time the elections are held, keep off DRC.
Keyboard warriors won't deliver.
So the moment you touch DRC, you touch Kinarama for SADC.
Yeah.
And you lose those votes. And even then, it is supposed to be, a bid of that level is supposed to be handled by career diplomats.
Ambassador Mwencha.
But now when I looked, because I attended some of those meetings, when I look at the people in the room, I said, now, who are these?
You actually blamed the delegation for Raila's failure.
I looked at the people in the room, I kept saying, these ones cannot deliver. They can't. Because to them now is another opportunity for people to make money. I said now,
Baba's allies?
it was a government bid.
Fully funded.
I could see it was a government bid, but I could see so much confusion in the team. There are a good lot of those people didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what it means to go for AU chairmanship. Remember earlier on, Amina had also lost badly.
Yeah.
I thought they had learned. Basically, I'm not a very well-traveled person. But the few times I've traveled out of this country, every time I'm in a different country, I see opportunities. I say, does our ambassador know this thing exists here? Does he know this exists here?
See opportunities.
Even something as simple as I saw in one of these South African countries, Southern African countries, where hakuna ng'ombe inauzwa kwa soko. Hii ni ngapi? 80. Hapana.
Kimalel, go to auction.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Strategically, they are auction places. Kitu inaenda round. Na watu wamekaa na bunduki zao na pesa. So ng'ombe yako inakuja inaingia kwa weighing machine, inazunguka round. Na ni machine inazunguka na ina weigh. Sasa Masai naye ameleta ng'ombe zake 10 anakaa tu. Live weight. Na inajulikana per kilo of live weight in some way. Mtu sema tu, toa hiyo, itoka kwa hiyo, inatoka, hiyo inatoka. Hiyo ni ya nani? Fulani. How much? Masai anapewa 3 million shillings yake. Anasema. Even our ambassadors can't bring such ideas home. Or village solar panels. Where people are using very rudimental, simple solar cooking equipment. Mama akienda shamba anawacha githeri hapo. Akirudi githeri imeiva. Not these expensive funny solar panels you have all over here, and they are very expensive. So that you shall never turn green. Solar is even more expensive. In this country, solar installation is more expensive than electricity by I don't know how many. I want to do a small pump, solar pump. I was told it's 450,000. I said now.
Which going green are you
just
going?
to pump water from a ground level, hii tanki ya chini, kupeleka ya juu ndio ingie kwa nyumba ndio nioge. I was told 450,000. That system. Because I didn't have electricity in the place. Sasa sitangoja tu electricity likuje.
Yeah.
But I have worked in countries down here, you find there are very simple things.
Biogas,
inakaa kama umbrella hivi.
Yeah.
Na iko na kitu ya kuweka mtungi ya githeri. Yeah. Mama anaweka tu hapo nje, anaweka githeri, anaenda kazi yake. Akirudi githeri imeiba. Our ambassadors are not seeing even simple innovations like those to bring them here. So we don't have ambassadors. And you don't blame them because they are not employed. I have friends who are in the diplomatic mission. I talk to them. During vetting, after vetting, then I ask them, what have you been told to go and do? Have you been an ambassador? No. So what have you been told that you are going to do? I will learn when I'm there.
Nitajulia mbele.
Nitajulia mbele. How?
Yet they can benchmark from the success.
We talked about employment. Those are the people who scout for opportunities for Kenyans to get employed. You are in a country, Vietnam,
Sure.
for example, and you can see surely these people are suffering in this area. Kenyans can come here and fill the gap. Hawa watu wanaumia. Kenyans, in their own innovative way, can come and open these small businesses here, and these people will be happy. They will come and work here. These people will be happy. Some countries have a problem with teachers. Nobody wants to teach. Okay? Nobody wants to teach. And there are many teachers here who are trained and they are not teaching. That is what an ambassador is supposed to be doing. There are countries with deficit for teachers. There are countries who badly need nurses. There are countries who badly need nursing aides. You get it?
I get it.
Home care nursing. There are countries need drivers. If you go to Dubai, for example, you find almost every taxi driver is Asian in origin. Almost all of them. Every time you take a taxi in Dubai,
From Philippines, you name
you
it.
just see Asian kind of people. So you wonder, Kumbe, there was this serious opportunity. These Kenyan taxi drivers would have done very well in Dubai and other places. You get it? You stay there for a week using taxis. You don't find a Kenyan driving or a black person. They are all Indians and other people who look like Indians. Somebody identified it, and those people went there. That's what an ambassador is supposed to do. To look for opportunities for the home country.
Finally, Prof,
Yes.
oftentimes you've argued on this conversation that when it comes to our diplomatic outlook out there, we're really doing quite bad. So when it comes to future bids, when it comes to even serving in continental bodies, I mean, at one point we had Ambassador Mwencha under COMESA. We had Mukisa Kitui flying high under one of the UN organs. Do you think that's now going to be a huge task going forth? We are likely going to lose such bids in the near future.
Yeah, because you see, they drew people, you draw these people from serious sources. People who have been given opportunities. Mukisa had been a trade minister. So that's what attracted the people to him. They don't just pick villagers and give them those big jobs. And how they are enabled by their home countries. Because they are talking of programs and regulations and the protocols and what have you. But how is the home region? How is the home country, Kenya, East Africa? You know, how is it fitting within that matrix of the thinking of UNTAC, whatever it was called, or WTO, or whatever it is? So, our ambassadors should be a pool from which UN bodies can draw people. So if the UN is looking for somebody serious to head a certain agents of the UN, they get a serious Kenyan ambassador from somewhere and they consider him for that job. But if you just take about anybody,
Not a political reject.
no, or somebody you want to remove somebody from the ministry, he's a minister, sasa unafikiria huyu nikitoa yeye hapa, let me take him into exile to become an ambassador somewhere. You saw how Uhuru did it.
Sure.
And they have always done like that. When Richard Mwenja is no longer required as a minister, CS, and at Tupwa, some outpost huko as an ambassador.
Yeah.
Kazi yake ni kusoma gazeti.
In Venezuela.
Akin to. You see, this is what we are. We are called Kenyans. And we are black people.
True.
You know who we are?
Tell me.
Somebody can take you to Brazil as an ambassador. Do you understand Portuguese or anything like that?
Nothing.
There are Kenyan ambassadors in places where they don't understand the host language.
Let alone culture.
And that is now asking for too much. Sasa ni kuvisit two other Kenyans, kunywa pombe kwa embassy, na, you know. You take somebody in a French-speaking country. They don't know French. Surely. Is it something you want to do? A man can't utter a single word of French. You make him an ambassador in France. A man can't utter a single Spanish word. You take him to
Spain.
Spanish America or Spain or Portuguese.
To advance
Brazil.
Kenya's interest.
You know, people look at us and they think we are basically crazy people. Because an ambassador ought to be prepared, beginning with the language and the cultural literacy. You must understand the people, their ways of lives and their cultures, before you go and work among them as an ambassador. Even the Vatican, before they post a priest or somebody to Kenya, they
Apostolic
prepare him
ratio.
for Kenya.
Yeah.
They prepare him.
True. You're right.
Unakuta hata anakuja hata anajua Kiswahili na hajawahi kanyaga Kenya, lakini amekuwa prepared, hata anaendesha misa kwa Kiswahili.
Yeah. I'm a Catholic, I can attest to that.
You see?
Yeah.
That's what an ambassador is supposed to be. For him to be functional, for her to be of use to the country, they must understand where they are going. Language and culture, the ways of the people. Sasa,
do's and don'ts.
We are not doing well.
There you have it. That has been our conversation today, discussing on how better we can harness the potential of our diplomats out here to advance Kenya's best interest. But Prof says so far, so bad. Their scorecard is below average. Well, it remains to be seen whether the president shall take keen note of his advice and nuggets of wisdom regarding that particular concern. For now, though, time now for our fan of the week. It is none other than this gentleman, David Karanja in the US.
David Karanja, today in diaspora.
Today in diaspora.
David Karanja, the US, welcome. Thank you for being part of this family. We want to make this country work so that you may come and join your fellow countrymen in advancing it further. Nothing excites me more than knowing that a Kenyan in America plans to come back. I met recently a guy, I've forgotten his name, with his child. He has brought his son for ritual passage, circumcision. From Australia. I told him,
fantastic.
Please, home is best. And I was talking to him about identity. Our children and grandchildren in the diaspora are undergoing identity crisis. And let's not be very unfair to our children and our grandchildren. These young children in America, ultimately they must ask and answer the question of who they are. Who are you? Where did you come from? What are you doing in America? Do you have a home? So I get excited when I come across Kenyans in the diaspora who tell me, Manyora, me is 15 years, I'm coming back. My children are this level in school. Once the last born reaches here, I meet somebody telling me I have relocated now, my wife is there, she'll be joining me in the next 5 years. David
Karanja.
Thank you.
All right, do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Subscribe to the channel, like this edition, comment, and also share with your colleagues out here. But for now though, get tuned in to our Business Glide, African Proverb of the Day, which is up next on your screen.